Mystery at Blind Frog Ranch at the edge of the Uinta Basin. The sun hangs low, turning the craggy skyline of Blind Frog Ranch into a silhouette of burnt sienna. No voices echo across the cracked earth, only the hum of machines, the electric whispers of instruments scanning for what lies hidden beneath. A convoy of ATV drones, each outfitted with real-time soil-penetrating LiDAR, hovers silently above the sand. Their beams sketch underground topography in 3 dimensions. Glowing ridges and hollows reveal a network of tunnels long buried. There is no fanfare, only flickering lights across control monitors, marking each archaeological phantom as it is uncovered. By the canyon's rim, a precision-controlled subterranean radar rig lowers a bore probe into fissures. Its core extracts carry patterns not of sediment, but of compressed crystalline structures, blue iridium filaments, snaking like frozen circuits of an ancient device. An XRF analyzer scans surface reflections, swells of cobalt, and azure data pulsing across the handheld screen. No words of wonder, only numbers and a rising hum. The prototype quantum gravimeter, balancing on hydraulic legs, responds to imperceptible shifts. A faint tremor, less than a millimeter, ripples below. The readout pulses, a localized anomaly. A cluster of buried stones, perhaps metallic, perhaps architectural, now mapped in ghostly outline. Elsewhere, a rugged submersible drone, sealed, sonar-enabled, and lit by a ring of cold LED, descends into an underground spring. Its lens traverses subaqueous chambers, revealing cryptic stone markers etched with ancient glyphs. Aztec symbols, turtles and serpents carved into sandstone arranged like constellations. Light pulses refrain. Only the drone's sensors catalog the carvings, mapping them in digital tracery. Above, spectral mapping via thermal drones senses cold air currents, ghost breaths, rising from fissures. Beneath the heat lies frigid evidence. Unaccounted voids and empty chambers, perhaps safe rooms built to house gold, or something more arcane. At the central command hub, engineers monitor a swarm of sensor-equipped micro-rovers. These scuttle across the rugged floor, scanning for trace radiological signatures. A Geiger counter ticks faster over a cluster of stones, luminous particles embedded in quartz. A geochemist examines spectral data, uranium isotopes, anomalous and glowing faintly under UV. Innovation of imaging collides with the primal danger of radioactivity. A seismic event rattles the camp. Fiber optic strain gauges shout across operator screens as cavern ceilings tremble. Stalactites quiver, shadows quiver. Equipment shifts. Remote panels scramble to secure data, lock drilling arms in place. The tremor subsides, leaving only monitors blinking in its wake. Drones ascend again. Infrared cameras catching the faint heat signature of an intruder, silhouetted against the desiccated earth. In muffled commotion surges from tracking sensors, then retreat. Boots disperse, footprints vanish. No confrontation, just data tagged with timestamps, coordinates logged, and a renewed urgency. Nightfall cloaks the ranch. Synchronized LED arrays scatter across the terrain. Field lights, powered by solar trackers and micro-wind turbines, erected silently in anticipation. Arrays glow softly, illuminating excavation tunnels from above without disturbing nocturnal wildlife. The hum of battery systems pulses in the darkness. Deep in a chamber, lit only by ultraviolet fluorescence, the hands of technicians bathe in spectral glow. The iridium veins glimmer like rivers of stars. Ground-penetrating neutron scanners confirm density unmatched by any terrestrial ore. A final shot. A motorized sample chamber opens, revealing a small metal cylinder, engraved, weathered, and humming softly. Inside, miniature holography records flash, projecting faded Aztec landscapes that seem to tremble with motion. The image flickers, a beacon or a warning. All power is drawn into screen display. Machines pause, sensors settle. The desert night listens. Frost clings to the rugged contours of the Utah desert as first light seeps into the vast expanse of Blind Frog Ranch. Shadowed ridgelines and whispers of legend lie layered beneath the cold air. Without warning, a drone lifts silently from a dirt-strewn clearing, its tiny rotor blades humming as it ascends into the pale sky. Descending from the drone comes a delicate shadow, scanning in a sweeping arc across the ranch. A strange, prismatic glow flickers across its lenses as it captures invisible forces entwined within the soil beneath. This is no ordinary drone. Equipped with quantum imaging technology, it can sense minute fluctuations in energy. Both seen and unseen reveal hidden anomalies below the Earth's surface. Light, electrons, magnetic fields, all become elements of a visual map, exposing where energy expands, contracts, and pulses like. On its feed, swaths of red and blue converge into a pinpoint of purple, an energy zone, ripe for exploration. This surreal interplay, reminiscent of cosmic Doppler effects, marks the dawn of a subterranean mystery. Suddenly, the drone's hum is drowned by the roar of an off-road vehicle barreling down a gravel track. It brakes abruptly, reverses sharply, and vanishes into the labyrinth of rugged terrain. Trespassers, claim jumpers, have infiltrated the site. They leave behind the telltale signs of dug trenches, forged mining claims, and makeshift camps on public land encroaching on private property. Their presence hangs like a threat. Security cameras swivel, infrared sensors link to life, and satellite uplinks ping warnings to the team. A silent scramble ensues, a ray-turned tech-centric treasure hunt suspended above. The drone circles again, sweeping the ranch in methodical grids, its quantum imaging continuing to map the invisible. Data floods in. The red and blue zones sharpen, narrowing down to a precise point. That point, the purple of convergence, is the hypothesized energy zone. Drilling rigs are summoned. They talk into the ground with calibrated hum, mechanical arms bore into the earth with surgical precision. Inside a sample emerges, rock-clutched nuggets of metallic promise. One core piece rings like hollow metal when tapped. Another triggers Geiger counters with alarming frequency. Uranium? The Geiger clicks relentlessly, forcing evacuation protocols. Above, cameras feed back eerie footage, shadowy silhouettes moving in camera frames, unexplained echoes from depths too dark to fathom. Vibrations ripple through water-filled shafts. Boulders dropped into silent shafts reverberate long after the splash. In one recorded glimpse, a sturdy drill tip meets what seemed to be a solid wall, but voice echoes return not from the shaft's end, but from a vast chamber somewhere below. A subterranean void, masked by geology and time. Archaeologists pore over finds. Aztec-style stone markers etched with cryptic symbols, submerged tablets chiseled with age-old inscriptions, ceremonial beads nestled within waterlogged chambers. A hidden tablet, carved deep inside a cavern, bears pictorial glyphs, an archaic narrative told in stone, the language of civilizations long lost. LiDAR scans unveil fault lines snaking beneath the ranch, connecting surface points to underground chambers, offering hidden passageways into the keyhole cavern. Each wax inscription welds science to legend. Aztec influence threading into unexpected geologic architectures. The electromagnetic mapping intensifies, the detection systems flag a lethal escalation. Radiation spikes, resonant frequencies shift, Metal detectors blare. Tensions rise as sensors warn of volatile environments, soil unstable, toxic, and unpredictable. Yet within this peril lies the path to treasure. Red lighting floods the subterranean corridors. Geiger counters dance like beating hearts. Instruments click into overload. That eerie static crackle reverberates as something shifts just beyond the torch's beam. Night brings its own dangers. Gates buckle, locks are cut. Surveillance feeds capture a masked figure dragging something long and metallic into the dark. A 4-foot cylinder is unearthed and taken into the void. The trespasser slips away, a phantom slipping through security. By dawn, the ranch stands more vulnerable than ever. Every system scans, every drone hovers. The mystery intensifies, draped in paranoia and guarded by murmurs of external interference, possible government interest, clandestine operations that shadow the hunt for gold in ambient red light. Magnetometers swing through narrow tunnels. LIDAR beams chase shadows. Borehole cameras plunge into liquid cauldrons. GIS systems overlay symbol maps atop energy maps, picturing realms where science meets law. Unexplained caverns ripple with electromagnetic disturbance as if awakening. One stone stands, a 3-tiered marker with rows of seemingly random indentations, -17, 12, 6, a code waiting in plain sight. Iridium traces shimmer in soil. Gallium inexplicably melts in a cold scan, shimmering in the miner's grasp like liquid silver. On one climactic day, the team drains the ranch's pond, unlike any they've attempted before. Layers of sediment yield to gentle pumps as turbines pull water into high-voltage canisters. A hidden path begins to reveal itself, like a vein illuminated in prismatic light. Nearby, a meteorite impact site on a forbidding peak draws drone swarms and geologist teams. There, in pitted rock, they trace veins leading back beneath the ranch. LIDAR reveals an ancient shaft, deep, vertical, labyrinthine, and within that shaft's cool darkness lies the labyrinth of tunnels, chiseled centuries ago, and symbols carved into walls, echoing those on the markers above.